That is it for the news at 10.
Next at 11, a final showdown on the debate stage. Governor Tim Walz and Senator J.D. Vance face off over abortion, immigration, and inflation. The highlights from the one and only vice presidential debate.
Plus, fears of a widening war in the Middle East as Israel vows to retaliate against a barrage of missiles from Iran. We are live with the latest next at 11.
Maybe it's your mom, the kids next door, or even you. 15 million Californians have health care because of Medi-Cal. But budget cuts have left patients waiting months just to see a doctor. That's why voting yes on Prop 35 is so important. It guarantees healthcare funding that can't be redirected. So we train more healthcare workers and keep hospitals and ERs open. Yes on 35 protects Medi-Cal for the ones you care about the most.
I was sexually assaulted when I was just a child. No one should have to go through that. For survivors, it's a nightmare. But for Derek Tran, it's nothing but a payday. Tran represented sexual predators, making a career denying women justice. Now Tran is running for Congress, trying to scare women into voting for him. Survivors deserve justice, and we all deserve better than Derek Tran.
I'm Michelle Steele, and I approve this message.
I was injured in a car crash. I had no idea how much my case was worth.
Call the Barnes firm to find out what your case could be worth. We will help you get the best result possible.
I remember it so clearly. When Roe was overturned,
I watched the mega politicians celebrate.
knowing they could finally pass an abortion ban nationwide. And Mike Garcia was one of them.
Garcia supported banning abortion with no exceptions.
I am pro-life without exception.
The MAGA Republicans would undo abortion protections in California and let politicians control our personal decisions.
I am pro-life without exception.
I'm George Whitesides, and I approve this message.
Now at 11, Tim Walz and J.D. Vance faced off over immigration, abortion, climate change, and health care, sparring over their very different views for America during the vice presidential debate. Good evening, I'm Micah, Ohlman.
And I'm Cher. The two men used the majority of their time not to criticize each other, but to take aim at the candidates at the top of the ticket.
With just over a month until the election, this could be the final debate before voters head to the polls on November 5th. The VP hopeful is offering differing visions of what American leadership should look like, highlighting the sharp policy differences between the two tickets.
KTLA's John Vinolio joins us now with a look at tonight's debate. John.
Well, sure, Micah, you're absolutely right. This was a much different debate than the one we saw between former President Trump and Vice President Harris. It was civil, respectful, and focused largely on policy. There were flashpoints over immigration, a vulnerability for Democrats, and abortion, a weak spot for Republicans. But escalating tensions in the Middle East were the subject of the first line of questioning.